So this is Los Angeles back in the 1930s. It looks calm, almost dreamy. But underneath, there's a lot going on. In Chinatown, water isn't just water, it's power. And someone is secretly controlling it. This is Jake Gittes. He's a private detective, and honestly, he thinks he's seen everything. But then he takes what seems like a simple cheating case, and it turns into something way bigger. A woman comes to him, pretending to be Mrs. Mulray, and asks him to follow her husband. That husband is Hollis Mulray, the guy in charge of the city's water. Jake snaps some photos, and suddenly, there's a public scandal. But then things get weird. The real Mrs. Mulray shows up. And just like that, everything Jake believed falls apart. He realizes he's been tricked. Now he's asking, why would someone set him up? The answer: it's hidden beneath the surface, literally. The city is going through a drought, but at night, water is secretly being dumped. So someone is faking a shortage. Why? To make land cheaper. Because that land is going to be worth a lot very soon. And it's being bought using fake identities. Even elderly people are being used without knowing it. At this point, Jake realizes this is bigger than just a scam. This is a full-on conspiracy, and at the center of it all is Noah Cross. He's not just powerful, he controls the system. Honestly, he controls everything. He even says it himself: if you control water, you control the future. He's basically reshaping the entire city. But the story doesn't stop there. Evelyn Mulray, she's hiding something. You can tell she's scared, but she won't say why. Jake keeps pushing her for answers. And finally, the truth starts to come out. She says, it's my sister. Then she says, it's my daughter. And yeah, it's both. It's a really disturbing secret. Noah Cross abused his own daughter, and the child is the result of that. At this point, it's clear this isn't about water anymore. This is about power and getting away with anything. Everything starts leading to Chinatown. It's a place where things don't make sense. Jake has been there before, and it didn't end well in Chinatown. It's hard to tell right from wrong. You don't know who to trust. Evelyn tries to run away, but the police stop her. And of course, Noah Cross shows up. One moment, everything changes. A shot is fired and Evelyn is killed. Jake just stands there, shocked. And Cross, he walks away with the child. No punishment, nothing. The truth just disappears. Then comes that famous line, "Forget it, Jake." It's Chinatown, and that pretty much says it all. So yeah, Chinatown isn't just a detective story. It's really about corruption, how it's built into the system itself. Jake tries to do the right thing. Cross already owns the system, and in the end, power wins. The real question isn't who did all this. It's why nobody can stop it, because in Chinatown, truth doesn't really matter, power does. This is London in the 1960s, busy, stylish, and full of life. Right in the middle of this scene is Thomas, a fashion photographer. His whole life revolves around taking pictures, capturing moments. But what if a photo shows something you didn't even notice at the time? One day, Thomas steps away from all the noise and activity. He ends up in a quiet park, just looking around. There, he spots a couple walking together, so naturally, he takes some photos. But then, the woman suddenly notices him and she panics. She runs up to him, asking for the film back. Now that's odd. Why would she care so much? Thomas tricks her and keeps the real photos anyway. Back at his studio, he starts developing the pictures. At first, everything looks completely normal, but then something feels a bit off, so he decides to take a closer look. He enlarges one of the photos, then he zooms in even more. And that's when he notices something strange in the background. It looks like a man hiding, maybe holding a gun. As he studies the photos, they start to tell a story. It begins to look like a possible murder. But here's the problem: can he trust what he's seeing? Or is the image just misleading him? So he goes back to the park at night. It's empty and quiet, almost too quiet. Then suddenly, he spots something. There's a body lying on the ground. Now it feels real, at least. It seems real in that moment. But things start to feel uncertain again. He's not even sure what he just saw. The next day, he goes back to check the photos. But they're gone. All of them just disappeared. Like none of it ever happened. So he rushes back to the park again. But now, the body is gone too. There's no evidence left. No proof at all. So now the big question is what actually happened? Did he really witness a murder, or did he imagine it? The more he looks, the more confusing it gets. Then comes a really strange moment. A group of mimes are playing tennis, but there's no ball. Still, they act like everything is real. At one point, the ball goes out of bounds. And they look at Thomas, expecting him to respond. He pauses for a second, then he plays along and throws it back. And somehow, you almost hear the ball. Even though it's not really there, it makes you question what's real. Maybe reality depends on what we believe. Just like those photos he took, just like the possible murder, was any of it actually real, or was it all just an illusion? So blow up isn't really about solving a crime. It's more about how unreliable reality can be. How photos and even our own eyes can mislead us. Thomas trusts his camera, but the more he zooms in, the less sure he becomes about anything. Instead of finding the truth, everything just becomes unclear. Because sometimes the closer you look at something, the less you actually understand it. This is New York in the 1970s, busy, noisy, and not always safe. And the story starts with a man who suddenly disappears. No warning, no real clues, just gone. All that's left is a mystery. That's where John Clute comes in. He's a private detective, but he's not the flashy type. He's quiet, serious, and very focused, and he really wants to figure out what happened. His investigation leads him to Bree Daniels. She's working as a call girl, but she wants something more. Her goal is to become an actress, and somehow, she might be connected to the case. At first, Bree doesn't trust Clute at all. She's careful with what she says. You can tell she's uncomfortable, because her life isn't exactly safe. Then something really disturbing comes up. There are recordings of Bree made without her knowing, which means someone has been watching her and listening to her private life. At this point, it's clear this isn't just a missing person case anymore. There's something much darker going on. There's a stalker involved. And he's getting closer. Bree starts to feel it, like she's not alone, even in her own apartment. Like someone is always there, watching her. Meanwhile, Clute keeps investigating. He goes through files, checks names, talks to people connected to Bree, and everywhere he looks, there's fear. At the same time, Bree is dealing with her own struggles. She talks about control in therapy, about fear and vulnerability, and trying to understand who she really is. Slowly, she begins to trust Clute, not fully but enough to let him in a little. There's a connection forming between them, even with all the danger around them. Then the phone calls start. They're quiet, creepy, unsettling. The killer is getting more confident and more personal. The scary part is he's closer than they think, and Clute starts putting the pieces together. He realizes the answer has been there all along, just hidden in plain sight. Eventually, the truth comes out. The person behind it all seems normal at first, but he's deeply obsessed and very dangerous. Everything builds up to one intense moment. Clute steps in at the right time and manages to stop it just before it's too late. But even after it's over, something doesn't feel completely resolved. That fear is still there. It doesn't just go away. So Clute isn't just about solving a crime. It's about loneliness, control, and vulnerability. Bree is trying to figure out who she is. Clute is trying to uncover the truth. And both of them are dealing with fear in their own way. The case gets solved, but emotionally, it doesn't feel finished. Because sometimes the real mystery isn't just the crime, it's what it leaves behind in people.